Okay, here we go with chapter 4. Um, as far as chapter 3, man and woman sinning, there's probably a lot that can be said about that whole thing. I mean, I've heard different things at different times about the man been running away from responsibility ever since that situation because when God came asking what happened, he threw the blame at the woman threw the blame at the snake, and nobody took responsibility. Reading it for myself, I know that that's not true, and that's somebody's bad interpretation, in my opinion, because it says right there in plain English, when he said, "Have you eaten the fruit I commanded you not to eat?" Yes, Adam admitted that he did eat. Yeah, and then he told him how it came about that he ate it. The woman you gave me the fruit, and I ate it. It's not a lie. It's not even really throwing blame. It's just telling them what happened. It's no different than when children get in trouble and somebody pushed somebody into something that made them break something. It's like, did you break that? It's like, yes, but so and so pushed me. I wouldn't have broke it if it hadn't pushed me. I wouldn't have ate the fruit if she hadn't gave it to me. Ain't no different. That's my opinion. Take it how you want it. Anyway, um, on to 4. Be glad when I get to the good. Um, let's see here. Cain, Abel, and Seth. Okay. Now Adam slept with his wife Eve, and she became pregnant. When the time came, she gave birth to Cain, and she said, "With the Lord's help, I have brought forth a man." Later, she gave birth to a second son and named him Abel. When they grew up, Abel became a shepherd while Cain was a farmer. At harvest time, Cain brought to the Lord a gift of his farm produce, while Abel brought several choice lambs from the best of his flock. The Lord accepted Abel and his offering, but he did not accept Cain and his offering. This made Cain very angry and dejected. "Why are you so angry?" the Lord asked him. "Why do you look so dejected? You will be accepted if you respond in the right way, but if you refuse to respond correctly, then watch out. Sin is waiting to attack and destroy you, and you must subdue it." Excuse me. To me, that's a lot. I mean, I ain't heard nobody say nothing about giving nothing to the Lord. Why they giving something to the Lord? Offering something to the Lord. I mean, it's the first time in the Bible offering is being given to the Lord. Adam and Eve ain't offering nothing to the Lord. Here these boys come up. They want to give an offering to the Lord. Ain't nobody said. I mean, it doesn't say in the Bible where they got that idea from. That it was a command. That it was they just giving an offering to the Lord. Like everybody know what that is. It's interesting. It's interesting how much is not said. um, and of course, it doesn't even say why God didn't accept it. It doesn't even say. Um, it just says that if you respond right, you do all right. But if you respond wrong, sin waiting at the door to attack and destroy you. You about to get destroyed. Ain't nobody been destroyed yet. You about to get destroyed. I mean, he didn't even destroy the snake for causing all the hell that. But this joker fit to get destroyed for offering apparently an unacceptable offering, which doesn't seem to be commanded. I'm just offering out of. Okay. Whew. Yeah. Yeah. So, later Cain suggested to his brother Abel, "Let's go out into the fields." And while they were there, Cain attacked and killed his brother. Afterward, the Lord asked Cain, "Where is your brother? Where is Abel?" "I don't know," Cain retorted. "Am I supposed to keep track of him wherever he goes?" So I guess we're just supposed to assume that he was jealous that Abel's offering was accepted and his was not, because it don't even say anything about him being jealous or nothing. It just say, "I went to my brother, say let's go out into the field, and I just decided to attack and kill him." Woo. And he responds to God with just this huge attitude, like, I don't know. Am I supposed to keep track of him wherever he goes? That's kind of bold. Talking to a guy like that. I'm just saying. That's. I mean, some folk don't talk to their parents like that. I mean, and he lying. And he lying. So it's one thing to talk bold. It's another thing to lie and talk bold. Okay, so. But the Lord said, "What have you done? Listen, your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. You are hereby banished from the ground. You have defiled with your brother's blood. No longer will it yield abundant crops for you, no matter how hard you work. From now on, you will be a homeless fugitive on the earth, constantly wandering from place to place." Cain replied to the Lord, "My punishment is too great for me to bear. You have banished me from my land and from your presence. You have made me a wandering fugitive. All who see me will try to kill me." I guess it's kind of messed up considering he was a farmer, huh? Yeah. Uh, the Lord replied, "They will not kill you, for I will give 7 times your punishment to anyone who does." 7 times? How can you get 7 times? How can you get 7 times no crops, homeless, fugitive, wandering from place to place? Times that times 7. What does that look like? I don't know. It don't sound good. Okay, so then the Lord put a mark on Cain to warn anyone who might try to kill him. So Cain left the Lord's presence and settled in the land of Nod, east of Eden. And Nod is considered. Nod means wandering. In the land of wandering. Uh, Interesting. East of Eden. Now, I will definitely stop here because many a joker believe that the mark that was placed on Cain is translated into pigment or a black man. I'm not gonna mess with that unless you want to. I'll address it when it comes. Uh, Many people do believe that them rivers, though, that was spoken of in Eden or in Africa. I don't know too many other explanations where that's not Africa, but we can look into that as well. But if you follow the logic that it is Africa and you go east, if this is the map, I'm looking at Africa and I go east, I ain't in Africa no more. But again, I'm not going there. That ain't even important as far as I'm concerned. Y'all can live on that if you want to, but I'm not touching it. Satan's plan. This is a little extra something. Satan's plan, doubt. Make you question God's word and his goodness. Because that's what Satan, well, obviously the Bible at this point has not said that the serpent is Satan, but I'm not going to deal with that yet. But doubt was definitely thrown at the woman to make her doubt what God has said and, believe something else. Discouragement makes you look at your problems rather than at God. I imagine Cain was discouraged because his offering wasn't accepted, and instead of looking at what God had told him, Instead of thinking and listening about what God had told him about responding, he focused on my offering and accepted Abel's was, I want to kill Abel. I mean, that's what we can, you know, what we can take from that, or ascertain, or whatever you want to, however you want to put that. Diversion makes the wrong things seem attractive, so you want them more than the right things. I guess looking at the fruit on the tree was a diversion because it looked good. Since it looked good, it must be good. Or you're looking at your brother, he got what you want, so if you kill him, he ain't around and you can have what you want, which didn't work that way. Defeat makes you feel like a failure, so you don't even try. Uh, huh. Well, I don't know what Cain was supposed to try and do after he messed up like he did. Uh, I don't know, but obviously after he messed up, he definitely didn't feel. He felt like his punishment was too great and whatever. I mean, what do you expect? uh, ain't nobody had killed nobody before, and you go and kill some. I mean, what? I I don't even. I mean, where did the desire to kill come from in the first place? I mean, I guess like he said, sin lie at the door. If he respond wrong, and but whatever, I don't know. Delay makes you put off doing something so it never gets done. Huh. Doubt, discouragement, diversion, defeat, delay. Okay, well I guess we can put that into our practical catalog of watching out for stuff because we can see that in our own personal lives. I definitely can. You know, if I doubt God's promises in my life and things that I believe are coming my way or things I pray for, then I get discouraged. And my discouragement makes me look at my circumstances, situations instead of the promises of God, instead of reading the word and things of that nature, and that's a diversion. So now my mind is on my circumstances and situations instead of the promises of God and the love of God, and then I feel defeated and I feel like a failure and I feel like what's the point of life and I feel like I'm gonna never get ahead and things will never turn out right, and then I end up not actively doing the things that I should, like reading the Bible, like exercising on a regular basis, like taking out the time to prioritize things and clean up and focus and feed myself right and cook. And I mean, once you get into that bad spiral, it can really mess some things up. So there's definitely something to learn in that, and hopefully, you know, something to think about. Okay, so back to chapter 4. Um, okay, then Cain's wife. This is verse 17. Verse 16 says, so Cain left the Lord's presence and settled in the land of Nod, east of Eden. Verse 17, then Cain's wife became pregnant. We don't even know where Cain's wife came from, but he got a wife, and she pregnant. Anyway, so Cain's wife became pregnant and gave birth to a son, and they named him Enoch. Interesting. When Cain founded a city, he named it Enoch after his son. Now he didn't went and founded a city. Okay. Enoch was the father of Irad. Huh. Let's see. Or the ancestor of, or so throughout the verse. Huh. Okay, so Enoch was the father of Irad. Irad was the father of Mahujel. Mahujel. Mahujel was the father of Methuselah. No, Methushel. Methushel? Mahula was the father of Methuselah. Methuselah was the father of Lamech. Lamech married two women, and I guess he's the first to do that. I guess. Don't know. Lamech married two women, Adah and Zillah. Adah gave birth to a baby named Jabal. He became the first of the herdsmen who live in tents. So we got a first there. He became the first herdsman who lived in tents. His brother's name was Jubal. Okay. The first musician. Guess we got another first. Jubal was the first musician. The inventor of the harp and flute. Look what did came from Cain. To Lamech's other wife, Zillah, was born Tubal Cain. Interesting. He was the first to work with metal, forging instruments of bronze and iron. Tubal Cain had a sister named Nama. Interesting. One day, Lamech said to Adah and Zillah, "Listen to me, my wives. I have killed a youth who attacked and wounded me. If anyone who kills Cain is to be punished 7 times, anyone who takes revenge against me will be punished 77 times." I don't know where he got that from, but apparently that's what he's saying. Adam slept with his wife. I feel like I'm reading the soap opera and it just changed scenes. And now we in a different house with a different group of people. But I was just in the last scene, I was in a house with a whole different group of people. I was over with Lamech and his two wives, and he just got attacked by a youth, and he killed him because they attacked him. And he was talking about, well, if my great 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 whoever named Cain, if he get punished, if somebody kill him and they get punished 7 times, then whoever have revenge on me go get 77 times. Which I don't know, he just made that up or what. But then after he said that, whoop, and Adam slept with his wife again. So like scene cuts, splits, and then it's Adam and Eve in the bed. And okay, anyway, TMI. So Adam slept with his wife again, and she gave birth to another son. She named him Seth. For she said, "God has granted me another son in place of Abel." Seth probably means granted, I guess. The name may also mean appointed, according to this bottom of this Bible here. Okay, so uh, God has granted me another son in place of Abel, the one Cain killed. When Seth grew up, he had a son and named his son Enosh. It was during his lifetime that people first began to worship the Lord. Look at that. The first worshiping of the Lord. Interesting. Interesting. I do find that interesting because it's under Self's lineage that the worshiping of the Lord began, whereas over on Cain's side you had some instruments and some metal and some stuff and some fighting and killing. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. And that is the end of chapter 4. We are now going to chapter 5, and so I will complete this video for the next.